What's up, guys? It's me, Alan. I'm back with another video, and yeah. So I went to Walmart today, and because I had to work, and when I got there, I found Wave 8 and NASCAR Authentics. Now, I had previously found the Wave a few days ago, except there were only 2 diecasts on the shelf, neither of which I wanted. Then I came in again today, and I found the ones that I wanted, with the exception of one, that being the Austin Cindric car. Pain. But I have 4 diecasts to review, so let's go ahead and let's jump into this, shall we? So I think the first one we'll start with will be Daniel Suarez's 2021 Camping World Chevy for Trackhouse Racing. You'll love to see it. The first Trackhouse car to be in the Authentics line. I believe this is getting made in the Gold Series as well. Yeah, actually it is, because yeah. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. But yeah, this is pretty freaking awesome. And yeah, let's not say much more. Let's go ahead, let's get this out of the box and get on with the review, shall we? God damn it. Yeah. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the other videos I posted earlier today. I had like 4 diecast reviews, and then another video that I did. So yeah, go ahead and check those out. You got the hood right here. And we have the diecast right here. So, Daniel Suarez, obviously, thought the windshield was a loose. It almost looks like it's sticking out just a little bit in the corner there, but yeah. So obviously Daniel Suarez, he's had a hell of a story up to this point in terms of his NASCAR career. You know, he won the Xfinity Series title, and then Carl Edwards has his shocking retirement, and then Suarez gets rushed up, and he's I don't want to say that Suarez has been looked at like a bust, in terms of his Cup career, but there's something there. But it almost feels that way. And also, god damn, that rear end is a little bit off. Not the bumper, but the chassis, if you can see that. But it still rolls perfectly fine, so that's good. Yeah, you can tell because of the way that wheel's sitting compared to, and then over here as well. So it's a little bit down. But anyway. So, you know, let's be honest here. Jesus Christ. I keep cutting myself off, but oh my god. Like, we've got this M right here is all kinds of screwed up. Honestly, there's part of it where it's wrinkled and where the decals are wrinkled and stuff. The 99 is riding up way too high on the driver's side door. Like, see, that's what it should be, and this is the passenger side. That's the driver's side, and it's too high. But anywho, as I was saying before I cut myself off multiple times, I don't want to say that Suarez was looked at as a bust before. Maybe, and I also don't want to call him a disappointment either. I think Suarez is one of those cases where the dude was clearly rushed, but also it was a kind of a bad situation all around. Not a bad situation in the sense of Carl Edwards retiring. Look, the dude felt that he had enough. His time had come and passed, and he wanted to leave. That's fine. It sucks because we as a fan base would love to see Carl Edwards come back to NASCAR, because, you know, you look at how it ended. Obviously, he raced for it. He made the Final Four, raced for the title. Arguably speaking, I honestly think he wins that title if he doesn't get wrecked on that restart. Because let's be honest here. And I'm a Jimmy Johnson fan. You all know that. As much as I was happy that Johnson won his 7th title that night, Carl Edwards got fucking robbed. He absolutely got robbed. Now, should he have gone that far down the racetrack to block Joey Logano? On one hand, you could say no, but on the other hand, well, first of all, we got paint chips here on the A post there, but on the other hand, it's Joey fucking Logano. We know what he can do. If he gets to your bumper, just ask Matt Kenseth. So, or Mark Martin for that matter, or a few other people. So, I don't fault Carl for going down and blocking him the way he did. And obviously we know what happened afterward. Edwards gets turned, hits the inside wall, comes back up the racetrack. Logano comes back up slides up the racetrack. I think he bumps into his teammate Keselowski, and then the wreck that ensues actually takes Keselowski out, which is kind of funny, I guess. But that wreck, obviously Johnson avoided it, and it allowed him to win his 7th title because Edwards was out. Logano was pretty much fucked. Who was the other driver in the Final Four that year? I want to say it was Truex, but I'm not sure. It was either him or somebody else, but yeah, it's just Edwards got robbed. And then, of course, we know what happened afterward. Obviously, he looked disappointed, but he went, talked to Logano's crew, basically shook their hands or whatever, and then retired. And, it was an out of nowhere type thing, and it rushed Suarez up, and he was pretty much fucked from there on. And let's be honest, when it comes to Joe Gibbs Racing, in recent years, there's been this history of, the quote-unquote 4th driver, kind of getting screwed over. Again, Suarez got rushed up in the wake of Edwards retiring, and then he gets booted out of the 19 after a couple years for Martin Truex, after a couple of years for Martin Truex Jr., and then you move to the 20 car. Kenseth leaves. Eric Jones gets put in. He's there for a few years. Yes, he got a couple wins, but then last year he kind of just got ousted for the incoming Christopher Bell because Levine Family Racing shut down because reasons. And yeah, so it's like when it comes to their development program, people have questions. It's like, bruh. But, either way, it happened. And then Suarez goes to drive the 41 over at Stewart-Haas. It was pretty much much of the same. I think the closest he came to winning a race between his time in Joe Gibbs Racing and his time at Stewart-Haas was it was a race at Pocono during his Joe Gibbs Racing days, and I remember watching it because what I think ended up being the last restart. I think he tried to take it three wide into turn 1, and I was like, Suarez, you shouldn't do that. That's not going to end well for you. And yeah, I mean, I think he's had some top 5 finishes. Watkins Glen being a place where he's gotten a couple of them, but like he never. I think aside from that Pocono race, he never really got close to winning one. And then this year he went to Trackhouse. For a first-time team, he put on a pretty solid season. Obviously, Bristol Dirt was the highlight of the year. He led that fucking thing, and he didn't know how the fuck he was doing that. That was hilarity on the radio. But he had a hell of a race that day. It would have been really fucking cool to see him win that deal. But anyway, I cannot wait to see what Suarez will do this season. Now that he has, I should say, the next guy that I'm going to be reviewing, Ross Chastain. But he has Ross Chastain now as his teammate. They bought Chip Ganassi Racing out, so they have the 2 Chargers and all that stuff. Wow. Like, Trackhouse is growing really fast, and it's kind of crazy, I guess. But, yeah, I like the paint scheme. And, yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Looked pretty clean, aside from a few little spots, but nothing too major. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll catch you all next time. Also, make sure to use code ANJJ for free shipping on orders of $20 or more at Diecast. Thank you all for watching. Peace.